Hello everyone, this is Joni from Designs by Joni L. And I have been making some ornaments that I was going to show for a Christmas project. And I have made two, I think, possibly three around here. Yeah, three. And I was going to show you one that I made several years ago. It's been a long, long time ago that I made this one. This is one of my ornaments that I made about, I'm going to say probably 22 years ago, 23. And other than just the ribbon being just a little limp, more so than what it would be normally, it's just as beautiful as it ever was. And the way that I made this, I just got, this is not a glass globe. This is a plastic. And I got this white brocade, and I took it and put 6 pieces, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Just divided into fourths and put it all around the base of the ornament. And, well, the sides everywhere. And then I took the iridescent pearls and I lined the sides with that. And then I, as you all probably know by now if you've been watching any of my videos about a Christmas or anything, or if you saw any videos on, yeah, you didn't see any on my tree because I didn't have time to get it transferred over from my Facebook. But anyway, I like mauve and dark burgundy and then some lighter shades on my trees. And so that's why I have this in the pink and burgundy with the little pink roses on top, and then the one white one. And then I made the little ribbon, oh my dear, it is late in the evening and I can tell it. My ribbon, the bow, is made out of the pink and the burgundy, and then I added some white with it too, because I tend to use a lot of things that I push back in my tree, like foliage and berries and things like that, because I really do like that look. So this is the first one that I made, not the first ornament, but it was made a long time ago that I still have. I still have a bunch of them, but as you probably would expect, they're packed away for Christmas. And then this is one of my newer ones that I made this week. I still have the same brocade, except I got it in a different color, the mauve that I like so well. And then I used the lighter pink for the ribbon. And then I still have the iridescent pearls. And I went down both sides of the brocade. And then I veered off a little bit differently with some of the other things. I took some of the pearls and I just let them hang down on the sides of the ornament. And they are hanging down all the way about down to here. And I know that you probably cannot see. Right there's one. Turning the wrong way. And they just sort of float around. And I have several of them around through there. And they look really pretty because they have movement to them all the time. And the lights catch that on your tree. They catch that movement in the light. And then I took the I took the light pink roses and put them on here. And for the bow, I just picked a light, really light pink and ribbon, and just sort of made some little bows out of it and cut the little tails off to just sort of stick out. so it would look pretty and everything. And then for the hanger, I just glued some of the iridescent pearls together again, and with hot glue put them on. And that's what I'll hang it with. That's what I always do. And they have not hurt anything so far. They have not broken or come loose from the glue or anything. I've always been able to depend on that. So that's what I do with that. So that's the one I've made this year. And then this is another one that I have made. And it is a lot like the other, except I took a, instead of using the brocade, I used flowers. The lace is made out of little flowers, pink. And I still have the same iridescent pearls, and they hang down even more so on this one because as I swing that, you can probably see that. I wish you were getting a side view of it. You would be able to tell better. But I have, and then I put the little, oh dear, these little dimensional things. What in the world are they called? I need to eat some dinner. Anyway, the little crystal things here that you get, and they have little sticky things, I stuck those to the ornament. And they also catch a lot of the light. Right there's some of them. And you can see how they catch that light. And then I fixed the ribbon itself out of a very pale pink. It's so pale that you can hardly, you can just barely see that it's pink in it. And then I used 4 of the pink, light pink roses to go across that. And instead of using the pearls to hang this one with, I just used a little, very little ribbon, and I glued it down in where I was putting the bow on. And this from the side, it is really, I guess you'd call these little rhinestones, I suppose. It is very, very pretty from the side because you're getting these little iridescent pearls, and they're shining so brightly. And then you have the pink flowers there, and then the other things here are just, they're just all really shiny. And it makes for a very pretty ornament, I think. And I'm very happy with it, and I will be happy to hang it on my tree when Christmas comes. Good Lord's will. And then, let's see, this is the last one that I've made. This is different from the others. It goes off differently than what I have been showing you. I took some things that I had that came in a roll, and they are squares and things like that you can take, and you can use them just like the rhinestones, and you can cut them in however many shapes you want. So now this one, the glue is not cleaned off of it really good yet. So if you see a little bit of messiness on it, it's what it is. But I wanted to go ahead and get this tutorial up with and get it put on line so that I could get on with something else. But I took the iridescent pearls on this one, and I just sort of made a window-like effect, or another ornament, you might say. There I have the little rhinestones. No, that's the little thing starting over again. And in between them, in between I did have the rhinestones. I'm looking at them. And I separated these with the rhinestones. And it just all goes together really well. Now, on this one, I used an iridescent ribbon, of the small ribbon. It's not very wide. And it is very, very pretty. And it has shades of, when you're looking at it, you can see blues, yellows, and greens, and everything. And then the big ribbon is a really, really super, super pale blue. Just like the pink was so pale that you could hardly tell it was pink. Well, this is so pale blue that you can hardly tell that there's any blue there. But I made this one for my daughter because she, unlike me, she likes blue for her tree. She has a flocked tree with snow, and then she uses blue and white and silver decorations on it. And I guess that she is having that to make up for the snow that she doesn't get to have. And then I put some white flowers, and you will never guess where these little flowers came from. Some of them I had left over from Sophie's headpiece that she wore in Tanya's wedding. So I have one here and one up here, and then I have one back here and another one right there. And then I just took some little tendrils and just cut the ribbon, and just because they're curly and everything, I just cut them and just let them hang down like that because they do look pretty. And so she hasn't seen this yet. They are at the house working, so I think that when she comes back, and then she has the, I don't know if I told you or not, but she has the little rhinestone things in between. It separates these. And I think she's really going to like this because she doesn't know that I'm making it for her. And but I think that she will really like it. And she'll be pleased that I was able to incorporate some of the flowers that were left over from Sophie's headpiece in it. That will make her even more happy. So these are just a few of the things that I have made, and I'm going to make one other one for you while I'm on camera. And I chose to make the pink one with the little pink flowers. And the first thing that I do is this is the little flowers that I was telling you about that's on the other one. It's just a little flower, a lace. And I take that and I put it on there and go around all the way. And I am just now seeing that that is a little bit short. Now, isn't that great? We always have these things, don't we? Happen. But that's really not a problem with this one because the little flowers can be cut individually and put right on there and it won't matter. And it may be good that this happened so that I could show you how to do it, how to take care of the problem. Because I'm always worrying about having a problem on here and you guys seeing me mess up like that. But now you can see how I do have my problems, a lot of them, and just like any other crafter. And now you can see how I take care of them. And I have been using glue like this, the liquid. I haven't been using the hot glue. And so I'll just put this on here and then put the little pink flowers on there. And you just put it right around through there. And try to keep your fingers as clean as possible. It's a hard job with this liquid glue, but I've been burning myself so much here lately that I just don't really want to be using the hot glue right now, especially for anything this small. And it cleans off anyway. I keep a little washcloth here, and I rub it as I go. And I'll just bring this on around here, and then I'll cut another piece to fill in for what I didn't leave enough for. And I think that it will work out just fine. And That way, as I said before, you can see how to correct some of the problems that you might run into. Now, it will take that a little while to start drying, but it won't be too long. But while I'm in the process of fixing this, I will tell you guys I'm thrilled with the results that I'm getting on my channel. I seem to have very, very nice people watching me, and or watching my channel, I should say. I feel like that you are very close, and that you really do appreciate the things that I am doing for you. I'm looking for the rest of my pink. Here they are, the little pink flowers. I think that you appreciate what I have been making for you and showing you and everything, because you seem to be very pleased with it. And of course that pleases me. Now I'm going to cut 2 of those off, and since they are individual little flowers, I can do that really easily without having any problem at all. And just scoot that right up under that rim right there, the holder. I've got stuff on my finger, smearing it. But I'm just very, very pleased with my viewers. And I'm very happy with you guys. And I'm proud that you take the time during your busy schedules to watch and see what's going on my channel. And that you like what I'm doing. And you have told me that. So that pleases me greatly. And so I hope I can continue to please you with the things that I bring on here. And I'm going to be bringing some other things. So far I have brought you most of the things except for my Easter mountain. I have brought you things that I have made for my own home, and things like that I like. And I cut 6 of these, 4 of them a while ago, because I thought, well, I would go ahead. And I bet they're all going to be short. That's just exactly what I thought. But that won't matter, because I will stop right here and then go to the other side of that and start that, and I'll just add it to it like I did the other one, and it won't matter. It'll be just fine. So now I have it on either side. I hope I'm still in the picture. I should be watching. I have it in half. Now I will just divide that again, and we'll have 4ths. And I'll put this other on. And that will take care of that. Okay. But I was talking about my viewers. You guys are super, super good and nice, and seem to really like what I'm doing. So that, in essence, it just makes me very, very happy, because you always like to please the people that you're making things for and everything. But I was telling you that I have just about made things that I would be making for my own home. And so that's where all of these ideas have come from, because I made them for my house. And so when you see something on here, you can just about say, okay, she made that for herself. And it makes it nice that I can share things with you guys that I have used and liked and everything. And everyone that visits or sees my house, or any of the projects that I have done, They always like the things that I do, so it's a win-win situation. I'm just going to need one little flower for right here at this end down here. This glue is, you would think it would be hard to get off after you do that, but it isn't. It really isn't. I had to get a drink of tea, and I'm going to have to sit back in my chair because that hernia is up to it again. If I lean forward too much, it makes that hernia start in. So I can always get another one though and put on top of it. That's the good thing about crafting. You can always go back, and I seem to be making a lot of the mistakes today and going back and covering them over so that you guys can see. That might not need, but I think it does need another. I may just put another one on top of this one. That's what I'll probably do. I'll make another one and put this one on this side, and I'm going to use some glue for that, hot glue. I'll put this one on this side and then fix one for the other side. And then they'll be full. And I'll put that right there and hold it a few seconds while I'd like to have this in the middle of these pink things. So there's the way the bow is looking right now. I think I'm going to have to lower my camera a little bit, and I'll just curl this around and put it like that, and it will be real pretty. And I still have to, after I get this fixed, I'm going to put the little rhinestones back on it. They're not back on, they haven't been on there yet, but that's what I'll do. Now I've just got to get this thing the same size. I can't have one side overwhelming the other side. But I just take my bow and I start like this. And I wish I could get a little bit closer. If I do that, my hernia's going to start in. And then I just sort of start wrapping it like this. And this is my tail. And then I'll take it over here again. Get this untwisted a little bit. And pull that back up here. And I've got, like I said, I've got to keep it about the same size. And then I just turn it around and go again. And there it's wrapped again. And then I think I'll make one more loop on this one, because I can intermingle those if I get it too big. It won't be a travesty, in other words. And then I just go ahead and cut them off on the diagonal. And there is the bow like that. And then I just pinch it together in the center like that. And then here's one of these white things that's on the stems of the flowers that I use. And I don't usually use those white things unless I'm having I need a long stem for some reason on my flowers. And then I take that and tighten it as tight as I can get it and twist it while it's tight. And then that will hold it at that one place while I'm going ahead and fixing it. I gotta make sure that I'm got that in the middle, because you don't want to have, okay, it off center. And then I just take this little wire that I've had back here and twist it around itself to make sure that it's still twisting. And of course I was untwisting because I couldn't see it very well. And go ahead and twist that really well, and then you can take it and cut it off a little bit, and then I'll fix it pretty much the way I want it before I hot glue it on there. And the wire is a must in flower, in a ribbon for me, because I don't know what we did without the wire in the ribbons before it came along, because it sure makes a difference. Okay, now we'll see this. Put down, I see that's on that side, and then we'll put this and put that wire through there, and sort of wire that around through there. And then I will put some hot glue on top of that thing again, and put the bow down. I'm getting a leaky hot glue here. That stuff is nasty, nasty when it's out of control. Okay, now we'll hold that until that dries. And then we'll unite the two ribbons, the two bows, and see how we can get those to look after that gets dried. Glue all over my fingernail. I think that it's going to be fine. And pull all these ribbons up here together, these little bow parts, and get them all going up here with each other. I don't think that anybody will even know that there are actually two bows there instead of one. I don't think they'll know. And then I have to get some, put my rhinestones on, my glitter on, and wipe some of those glue webs off. And then we'll put some of our roses on, and I think that we'll be doing pretty daggone well. I have learned this from past times. When you're trying to hold a globe like that, it's hard. So if you'll just get a washcloth, what I've got, and just sort of mush it up, and it will sit there for you until you're through, and then you can set it back down when you need to, and it'll stay right there in place, and it won't roll off of the desk or whatever. Makes life a lot simpler for you. And that's what I'm trying to do to tell you guys. You may already know that, it may be that I'm just too late with all this information. But sometimes some of the younger generation doesn't know these things. And they say, of course, that I am unusual, and they always have to look for something different when they're trying to diagnose what's going on with me. They have to look for they have to be outside the box, is what they say. So anyway, I had to be on Coumadin and heparin and everything like that for the blood clot for about 6 or 7 months, I guess. And then they took me off of it. But he put me on aspirin, and I have had to be on aspirin. He told me, he said, you'll have to take it the rest of your life. He said, the clot did away with all of the little valves that's in your, inside the vein itself. And when it gives there, and it gets down in there, the blood doesn't come back up, and it just sits down there, and it can pool. So if I take aspirin, it keeps it from pooling, from blood getting too thick. And so I have to take aspirin all the time. But I took Ascriptin, which is, if you can get it and you have to have an aspirin, take the Ascriptin for Pete's sake. It's covered with Maalox, so it protects your stomach. And because if I had been on aspirin all those times, I'd probably be, I'd hate to see. But anyway, now they say they're not making it any longer. So I am on aspirin now. And I think that's why I burn so easily, or I'm so sensitive. My fingers are so sensitive, I'll say it that way. Because I've had to take so daggone much, many aspirin products that it's just made my skin more sensitive to burns and things like that. Now that's my own diagnosis. It's not any doctor. And it's not Tanya. It's me. My husband used to tell me that I was going to get in trouble for practicing medicine without a license. And I say, I'm not practicing medicine without a license. I'm just telling people my things that have happened to me. And it was funny. My sister, she'd get sick, she'd call me and she'd say, Joni, what's wrong with me? Well, what's going on? And I'd tell her, well, I do this or I do that. And come out to find out I was telling her right. But it was hilarious at the time, because my husband always got a big kick out of that. Going to get in trouble over practicing without medicine without a license. It's funny. I think that this thing has swiveled around a little bit on me. But I'm not going to worry too much about that. And my daughter's going to say, Mom, why are you having this video so long for? And I'll say, Tanya, I couldn't help it. I was making the project. I had to make a thing so they could see that I knew how to make one. Couldn't just show them one off camera. Yes, but you shouldn't have been on there talking so long. And I'll say, I was burning my fingers is what I was doing. See, I'm laughing. That's the way we have to do. We have to laugh if we are in pain. I'm not in any pain, though. I mean, it's a little numb where I got burned, but it isn't painful. Oh, dear. A person might as well laugh. Who wants to go around crying all the time? Now, I think that I'm pretty well close to saying this is fixed. And this will be a little different from the others because I got too many burns on me to get it fixed as well as the others. But I'll put these little things down and fix them up. And I'll clean a bunch of the glue off and clean it off of my fingers too while I'm at it. I've got white glue all over my fingers. That thing is sticking out too much. I'll probably have to cut some of it off. But that is the little ornament that I made for you guys tonight. And I hope that you like it. And I hope that you like my medical advice. But we know I'm teasing about that now. Don't do anything that unless your doctor tells you. I'm not getting in trouble about that now. I'm just your crafter, not your doctor. And so if I find out anything else other than tea that will help you, I'll tell you that it helps me. But I can't tell you to drink it unless your doctor says it's okay. Because there's a lot of conditions that you have to take into consideration. Okay, but that's it. And I hope that you guys like this. And I hope that you think that they're just lovely. And I think that Tanya's going to like hers. And I know she's going to think hers is lovely. And if you like these and you like hearing all my jibber jabber, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, I'm getting more and more subscribers all the time. And I'm getting more and more people watching. So go ahead and subscribe. And as I tell everyone, because a lot of people may not know, it is free. It doesn't cost you anything, and you're notified when I'm making a new project. And that way you'll get to watch it if you want to. And so if you, like I said, if you like what I'm doing and you enjoy my company, while I'm talking around here about all these things, subscribe and share me with a friend, my name, and have them watch, and we will keep growing and growing, and I'll be able to keep coming forward and showing you all the things that have happened to me as far as my getting burned is concerned, and everything. So with that, I'm getting off of here before my daughter comes home, because she's going to, she's going to say, "You terrible, terrible, you were too long." And I'm just teasing. But she will tell me that, but she won't be mean about it. She's funny. She isn't mean to her mama. But anyway, I'll say goodnight. And Sophie, little girl, if you happen to watch Mama loves you as much as ever. And I can't wait to see you. And I'll be very, very happy when I see you. So I'll say goodnight to you guys. And goodnight, Sophie. And you guys come back and we will craft some more. And I will tell you some more about my burns and things. Okay, good night. Bye-bye.